My name is Subagja Manurung. I was born in Medan and currently studying electric power engineering at Institut Teknologi Bandung. On campus, I participated in several organizations such as UITB, IEEE Student Branch, and Himpunan Mahasiswa Elektroteknik. The most memorable organizational experience is at the IEEE ITB Student Branch. My friends and I together arranged a paper webinar and a graphical interface of the IEEE TB SB web paper, which will be used as a bridge for submitting funds proposals for students who write scientific paper and want to present it to the conferences. At the end of 2018, I participated in program Kreativitas Mahasiswa 2019 by making prototype for measuring the percentage of dehydration for infants. In August, our team qualified for the 32nd Pekan Ilmiah Mahasiswa Nasional at Udayana University, Bali, and won gold medals on presentation category and posters category. Other competitions that I have participated in and won are the 33rd PIMNAS 2021 and the Tanata Student Research Award in 2021. I always think about what we'll do in the future. I aspire to be the person who's directly responsible for developing the electricity system in Indonesia by using a nuclear power plant, which sadly is currently the last choice of generation for Indonesia.
Puluhan anak-anak di Ngawi, Jawa Timur terpaksa dirawat di rumah sakit akibat dehidrasi. Selengkapnya ditonton video.
Selain demam berdarah, penyakit musiman yang datang saat musim penghujan adalah diare.
Di Semarang, puluhan pasien diare terpaksa dirawat di lorong rumah sakit lantaran jumlahnya yang membludak.
Rabu siang, puluhan pasien diare masih dirawat di lorong rumah sakit umum daerah Ketileng, Semarang. Mereka terpaksa dirawat di luar ruangan karena pihak rumah sakit kehabisan ruang perawatan. Kondisi ini lantaran jumlah pasien diare mencapai lebih dari 400 pasien per bulannya, naik 30% sejak awal tahun 2016. Rata-rata pasien diare adalah anak-anak dan balita.
Dehydration is a condition in which the body loses more fluid than the fluids that enter the body. Based on Indonesian Ministry of Health in 2011, there are 31% of total infant deaths and 25% of total under 5 deaths were caused by dehydration. Of course, dehydration can be caused by many things like heat stroke, lack of water, and the number one cases is diarrhea. Diarrhea can be caused by food that has been contaminated with the virus, consumption of formula milk to the bottles that are not sterile enough due to the high virus contamination in water increases cases of diarrhea in infants. This is the case in Boalemo district, Gorontalo province. But in some cases, negligence and lack of education on the baby's health condition are other important factors to consider. It is important fact that babies who are severely dehydrated have sunken eyes and then are always silent and are lazy to drink. It is at this time when the baby is at the worst condition, at the worst dehydration and is potentially life-threatening. Parents who are negligent or lack of education will ignore the child's condition because the baby doesn't cry. Of course, there's a way to detect the dehydration of the baby. One of them is the skin turgor test. The skin turgor test is a way to determine the baby's dehydration simply by gently pinching the baby's skin. If the skin is difficult or does not return to its original shape, then the baby is severely dehydrated. This method is very simple but only effective when the baby is already severely dehydrated. The skin turgor test cannot determine how severe dehydration is or what percentage of the fluid has been drained from the baby's body. Another method to consider is osmolality test. This test is most accurate of them all because it can determine exactly the ratio of the water and electrolyte content contained in a blood sample. This method is invasive, so it is necessary to injure the baby's skin. Behind these advantages, the result of osmolality test analysis are time-consuming and relatively expensive. This test is only done when the baby is moderately dehydrated. Based on the problem stated, I propose a solution in the form of liquid loss measurement tools in infants that is accurate, fast, and still economical in its use. Educational media also considered for this solution by including them to measuring device. With the help of my previous mixing team, we were able to create a prototype measuring device based on electrical impedance of baby skin. This measuring device consists of display and armband. The strap-shaped armband should be attached to the skin that closest to the artery, so that the sensor can read the non-invasive parameters such as dielectric impedance or GSR, and then heart rate or BPM rate, and skin temperature. After the armband strap, parents can immediately check the level of dehydration. Previously, parents have entered the body mass and height of the baby to determine body mass index or BMI in order to accurately measure percentage of fluid in the body that has been lost, skin impedance, heart rate, and body temperature, and then the calculated fluid loss percentage will be displayed on the screen and saved as historical data. After the fluid loss percentage is calculated, the measuring device will classify the duration to be mild by 3 to 5%, moderate by 6 to 8%, and severe by more than 10%. Through eye, mouth, and turgor test performed, doctors have additional data, which is fluid loss percentage results, to effectively determine the appropriate course of action for the dehydrated baby. Because skin impedance, heart rate, and skin temperature can be taken without injuring the body, this measuring instrument is not invasive, so it can be used more frequently in checking the baby's body fluid. The fluid loss percentage calculation based on research from Suryadevara in 2015. Dehydration is characterized by dry skin and faster heart rate. When the water content in the blood decreases, it is difficult for the blood to regulate the body temperature. So if babies have diarrhea, the body temperature tends to be high. Body mass index needs to be determined too because this parameter is proportional to the baby's body volume. The accuracy also needs to be examined to determine the validity of the data taken. The temperature, heart rate, and GSR data have been compared with the standard tools to so that the accuracy of each parameter measuring instrument can be determined. We have also used this prototype to measure the percentage of fluid loss of a person who asked to do not drink water from 3 p.m. until 8 p.m. This is done because taking baby data needs a concerned letter from their parents. The graph shows here that the percentage of fluid loss is increases over time. It is expected that the fluid will be excreted through sweat and urine so that the water content in the body will continue to decrease. This device also is equipped with education about the causes, symptoms, and what parents can do when their baby is detected or dehydrated according to their level, namely mild, moderate, and severe. This is also equipped with the contact and address of the nearest hospital to get the baby to be treated by the doctor as soon as possible. With the prediction cost of this measurement is to 1 million rupiah per unit, of course these measuring tools cannot be used for every household. So this device can be implemented in puskesmas or other public health that can serve many households. This effort is made to make sure the condition of babies dehydration by measuring the percentage of weight loss so that doctors can analyze the baby's condition and take more effective healing measures. That is my presentation in the solution to reduce number of deaths due to dehydration suffered by the babies or under 5. As a parents, they should be more responsive and educated about the baby's health and development of their children, so that the children can grow up healthy and become people who are useful for development of Indonesia in the future. Thank you for your time.